I couldn't feel any better about our schedule this year, guys. I'm extremely pumped. I'm extremely excited for what this opportunity is to our team. Okay? Bottom line, Spencer is very, very excited. Okay? We have a schedule this year that is going to garner a lot of victories. And we've been through a lot of tough times for the last 7 years. But this year we're finally going to right the ship. And unlike the New York Jets, we actually have a great schedule. Okay? So the New York Giants, it's not inconceivable that we can go 12-4 this year. There's a possibility that the New York Giants can go 12-4. Going off of the top of my head, I know the Giants' first 10 games of the schedule, and then I'll try to mention the last few. The New York Giants start the year at the Dallas Cowboys at 4-15. That'll be very tough. Honestly, very tough. But let's contrast it to this year. This year, for the first 10 games that I am going to say, the New York Giants, for the first 10 games that I'm going to say, for the first 10 games that I'm going to say, the New York Football Giants. The New York Football Giants only play 3 playoff teams for the first 10 games of the 2019 football season. And that's a big mother freaking deal. Seven of those games are not playoff games, not playoff teams. So, New York Giants. I'm going to fall asleep here. I'm getting comfortable. This schedule is a breeze. This schedule is relaxing. This schedule is not taxing. This schedule is exactly what we need as a football team and as a football city. So the New York Giants in week 2, we play the Buffalo Bills. No offense to the Bills. I love Buffalo. I love the city of Buffalo, and I love their fans. We own you. Scott Norwood happened. We own you. Ahmad Bradshaw's run happened. It rejuvenated our run. It rejuvenated our team, that Bradshaw run. We beat you by a field goal the last time we played at Giant Stadium. We whip you again. Week 3. This is the pinnacle point of our season, the bridge game, the crossroad game, the fork in the freaking road, and a fork in a pirate ship. We go to play Bruce Arians at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock primetime game at the pirate ship at Raymond James Stadium. That's going to be a tough game. Jameis Winston, Mike Evans, our defense, and our secondary and our linebackers will be tested. O.J. Howard is a stud. Cameron Brate is a stud. Their offensive line is getting better. Their coaching staff massively improved. I like Bruce Arians. I like Byron Leftwich. And for Todd Bowles, he can coach defense. He's a good defensive coordinator. He wasn't a good head coach. He's a good defensive coordinator. The Bucs are a young team with talent. That's a tough place to play at Raymond James. A primetime game early in the season. Guess what? Giants still win that game 2-1. We go home. We smash the Redskins. We own them. They are our little brother. Eli Manning balled out last year without Odell Beckham in Washington. It was the best game we played all year. I'm not afraid of Jay Gruden. I'm not afraid of Dan Snyder. I am not afraid of the Washington little brother Redskins. Week 5. Week 5, we played the Minnesota Vikings, a team that's not that good at going east, a team that's not good on the road. Kirk Cousins is an average, kind of just above average quarterback. Mike Zimmer is a coach that's definitely on the hot seat this year. There's been discussions that he could be getting fired. The Vikings could very well have a bounce back year, but they're going to lose at the Giants, and the Giants will be 4-1. Then we play the Patriots. Thursday night football. I'm not going to go homer and give the Giants the win in Foxborough, although Eli is great versus them. I'll go 4-2. Giants then played the Cardinals at home, last place team in the league. A little worried about that game. Cliff Kingsbury, there's no tape on him. Kyler Murray could be the quarterback. I'd want it to be Josh Rosen, but if it's Kyler Murray, I would be afraid of that game. It will be kind of a tough game. I'm giving it to the Giants 5-2. Then the Detroit Lions. In fact, I'm going to change my original schedule projection. I am going to give the thing is we do have 11 days to prepare for Arizona, but that game is going to be a very, very tough game. I'm going to give the Cardinals maybe that game. I'll maybe give us a little slip up. Sorry. We're still going 11-5 though. We're still going to go out and we're still going to beat the Lions on the road, and we're still going to beat the Jets at home, and that takes us, I believe, to the Cowboys game last week before the bye week. We are still going to be 8-7-3 before that bye week. 7-3 before the bye week. After the bye week, we play the Bears. We lose that game, 7-4. Packers at home, we win 8-4. Eagles away, I think it's 8-5. Or it could be the Miami Dolphins. So we either have Eagles and Dolphins there. Either way, we split, and we go about 9-5. We play the Redskins. We go 10-5. And then we finally have the Eagles, and I am going to give us that win. And we are going to be 11-5. So the key to this season is the first 10 games. And the New York Giants play the Vikings early on. Let's look at the first 10 weeks of last year. Last year, for the first 7 weeks of the season, 5 of those teams were playoff teams. And the 2 teams that weren't playoff teams the year before became playoff teams. So last year in 2018, the Giants played the AFC South champions in week 1, a team with the best defense in the NFL in the Jacksonville Jaguars week 1, coming off of the greatest season in their franchise history. Then the Giants played in Dallas on the road at Jerry World in a primetime spot. Tough game for Pat Shurmur in his second game as a Giants head coach. Then we had to stay in Texas a long week and play the Houston Texans. And Houston ended up being a playoff team, and Deshaun Watson was actually healthy for that game. If Deshaun Watson was healthy the year before, they might have been a playoff team. Then the Giants played the Saints, the Panthers, and the Eagles. New Orleans Saints and the Eagles. New Orleans Saints were really good the year before, and the Saints were the best team in the NFL last year. And then the Philadelphia Eagles were the Super Bowl champions, and then the Carolina Panthers with Cam Newton were a playoff team. Okay, they were a playoff team the year that the Giants, before the Giants played on that schedule, the Panthers were a playoff team coming into that season, okay? 5 out of the 7. Atlanta and Matt Ryan. You still have to play Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Carson Wentz, and Blake Bortles, Dak Prescott, but a Jacksonville defense. And then the Skins were red hot, so the Giants were just absolutely buried at that time. But I'm loving our schedule. The scheduling gods have helped us out. 11-5, 12-4 coming up. 12-4 if we beat the Cardinals. We are going to be dancing. We are going to make the playoffs this year. The Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets, they're going to get snowed in early in the season. I already looked at their schedules, and they are looking to get snowed in. Their plans, December playoffs, December meaningful football. It's going to be Big Blue playing in those playoffs. Not the Jets, and not the Cleveland Browns. All right.